Any folks notice anything different in the room here since the last video? We're working in the upstairs bedroom here again today. Also, I think it's getting more and more echoey in here. I could be wrong, Evan, but there might be a reason for that here as well. Again, if folks didn't notice, we've got some more drywall up on the wall behind me and the wall in front of me here as well, Evan. So both the exterior wall and then the wall opposite that have drywall on them. I was not planning on doing that here, Evan. This weekend here was supposed to be rainy and nasty and just generally not very nice weather. So it's like, well, I don't think I dare go take my truck and go get drywall. But like 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon, it hadn't rained. The sun was still shining. I'm like, screw it, we're gonna go get drywall. Called my dad up and my brother, seeing if they had time. They had time, so we quick ran down to the hardware store, grabbed some drywall, slapped up just, again, this wall and the wall behind me, Evan. And then I do have drywall here for the other walls as well. They helped me carry it all up here. Again, at least with the house, Evan, I can't get it up the stairs. The stairs are just like right on the other side of that wall there, Evan. Switchback staircase there, so I can't get it up the stairs. So we take it through the door that's up in the roof there. We bring it in that way. So got to get it up on the roof and then through the door. And it's not terrible of it, but a little bit of work, right? So not too bad. Anyway, we're going to continue working on the insulation here on this side of the wall first. I got my drywall sitting there, so I figured rather than having to move that, we're just going to work on this wall. We'll put the drywall up on this wall, and then the pieces that are left for the wall that I'm facing right now, we'll just set those over there. Hopefully, avoid moving stuff as much as possible. So to finish this wall, I want to finish taping it. Probably not the most important here on this wall. Technically, it's an exterior wall here at the moment because we're open to the outside, sort of, on this wall. But I do plan on closing that in. So, at least at the moment, Evan, we are open to the outside. So I'm going to finish taping it. And then we also need to finish putting some lumber in this corner here. So we have a spot to attach our drywall to here. And I do have, I do have the lumber ready to go for that. We just got to bring it up here. But I figure we'll finish taping here first, Evan. And then we'll work on that. Real quick here, by the way, Evan, the drywall that we do have up, I would say went fairly well. We ran a 12-foot long piece along the top here, and then we have an 8-foot piece along the bottom. You can see down there, but I still need to put a little piece down there yet. But again, this is a 12-foot piece along the top there, and then I did the same thing over on this side as well, and I've got two 12-foot pieces running there, the width of that wall. The other walls, I'm going to do a little bit different here. I've got 8-foot sheets. Rather than running them this way, I'm going to probably run them this way. The room is just shy of 8 foot tall here. We're like 7 foot. What is it? It's 93 or 94 inches, Evan. So yeah, we'll just go with that. A couple inches short. Whatever that, 7 foot something, right, Evan? And yeah, went pretty good, Evan. I still have to put some more screws in it. Yeah, obviously we're not done with that. Just enough to get it up there and to hold it up there. We'll need to finish putting all the screws in. And then, of course, everyone's favorite part, we got to start mudding it and all that good stuff. And by the way, for those of you who have not seen drywall tools here, this is definitely one of the tools to have, Evan. This is a drywall router here for routing out all your boxes. And then, of course, like the window here as well, Evan. So you slap the whole sheet of drywall up there whole. You don't cut nothing out, you slap it up there. Once you have it up, Evan, and then you can trace it with this router here. And that is definitely the nice collection of yellow tools there, I got to say, by the way. That is definitely the way to do it, except for over here, Evan. I had a little bit of a problem here on this box. I thought I'd show you folks this. This was partly me being an idiot here, Evan. We slapped the drywall up there, and like, great. And we had like I had all the screws in along the top. Had a couple of the screws in down there. I got here and it's like, oh, I did not take the switch out. Should have taken the switch out, Evan. And then to top it off, Evan, I had these wires, these 4 wires here, I had them hanging down. And you folks are like, well, what's wrong with that? Well, when you're routing around the outside edge of the box, Evan, what's in the way right here? Yeah. So you can see, Evan, I routed here, routed around, missed up there. This whole thing was because of the switch, Evan. I wasn't real tight to the box, so it wasn't working real well. And a little bit, you can see where I got into the switch there a little bit too. Oops. Oh well, didn't hurt it really none. Oh, actually got into it up there too. My goodness, just chewing that thing to pieces, right? But then, yeah, going around it, I'm just, yeah. Oh well, we'll have to fix that, unfortunately. It's not too bad, but definitely needs a little bit of work. And note to self, Evan, whenever you're doing something like this, always have your wires. Thought I seen something. Nope, I guess we're good. Thought the bottom of that wire did not feel good there for a minute, but always have your wires tucked up nice and neatly inside your box, Evan. So that's why I always push the wires as far back in the box as they will go. So when you're routing around everyone, you don't have to worry about hitting them, or like this, they're hanging out of the box, they're getting in the way. So I routed up that side, and then right here, I just had to cut it out with a knife very carefully, and actually ended up breaking it out because, again, these wires were in the way. I knew they were there. You can see them hanging down because we put this piece up first, so they were hanging down below this drywall here. So I knew exactly where they were, everyone. But just the fact that they're hanging out was kind of annoying. To be honest, we probably should have taken the whole thing down. We had this door routed first, though, so that's why I didn't really want to do that. I was like, if we take it down, then we got to get it. It's like, no, we'll just we'll try to work with it. Oh well. Anyway, enough talking, Evan. Let's get to work. Okay, but all the taping is done on this wall except for the very end here. We'll put the board in first, and then we can finish a little bit of tape right up there. I didn't put any tape along the bottom of that. Tape pretty much goes straight to the bottom there, so couldn't really do much down there. That looks pretty good. So we'll get this board stapled in here, or nailed in, I guess, probably. We'll nail that right in there, and again, that'll give us something here to attach our drywall to. Well, Evan, I screwed up here, unfortunately. I got this board all nicely nailed on. Looks like it's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, we can screw some drywall to that. Just 1x here, by the way. This is a 1x6. Got to looking at like, oh, hopefully the camera will pick this up, Evan. Yeah, that's good, maybe, I don't know, ½ inch off or so. Same thing down at the bottom, Evan. I did not realize it, but apparently this board back here, this 2x4 that's back here, is not flush up against these 2x4s. I should have figured as much. And of course I nailed it on everyone. Yeah, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get that board back off there. And something tells me I probably put, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 nails in this here. So it's not like it's going to come off easily here, everyone. We'll see once how it goes. We're going to have to take that board back off because we can't have that. Yeah, you can see it's like a ½ inch out. And same thing on the bottom here as well. That's no good. Well, for anyone that doubts the holding power of nails, Evan, I was not under any circumstances able to get that out at all. Yeah, you can see where I tried prying at all the nails, Evan. I could not get a single nail to even budge. I broke the heads off a couple of them. Yeah, and then a couple I just could not get to move at all. But using the, where'd it go here? The cat's paws back here somewhere, wherever I set it down at. Yeah, couldn't get it to budge, Evan. Finally, I either ripped the heads off or pulled on as many nails as I could, Evan. And then I just started hammering on it from this side here until it finally came off. Unfortunately, in the process, Evan, you can see where the board has split at the top here. Same thing down at the bottom here. There's really only like a little spot right there, maybe 6 inches, where it hasn't split yet. So, lesson learned. I think that board is... Yeah, that board's toast, Evan. Unfortunately, I can't use that. We're just going to have to throw that away. That kind of sucks. Brand new board. Don't think I have another one either. I'm going to have to go look. Maybe I'll get lucky and I have another board. Not to mention, too, I'm going to have to find something, I don't know, roughly 3/8 to a ½ inch thick here so I can get that out to the right depth. That's going to be fun, Evan. Yeah, real cool. Really cool. I'll have to think about this one tomorrow. And plus, I'm going to have to get a board probably. So this might be as far as this video goes for the moment, Evan. we might have to reconvene this one tomorrow until I get more supplies. Well, unfortunately, after a quick check in the garage here, I do not have another board. I have this one here of them, but this is for this wall here, so I really don't want to repurpose that one here. It is a 1x8, and I was going to put a 1x6 over there, so yeah, a trip to the hardware store is going to be needed here. We'll probably do that tomorrow. But I realized in the meantime, Evan, I can put a couple pieces of drywall up here, so I'm going to start on that here. And then, you know, by the time we get down there, hopefully I'll stop by the hardware store and we'll get a replacement board for that. And then also I'll have to figure out, we're going to have to get the correct space in there, Evan. I'm thinking maybe a piece of plywood of the correct thickness. And again, I'll have to figure out that exact thickness there. And hopefully we can get that dialed in. Even, just have to think too, even if, worst case, even if we're back just a little bit, I've got drywall spacers. That would probably be easier to set the board back further and then put spacers on it. Then try to get that board to the right exact spot. Anyway, let's get set up. We'll put our first piece of drywall in here, but I've got tape on the bottom here. This tape is marking our studs. And then if you look along the top, hopefully you can see this, Evan. I've also got it penciled along the top here as well where all our studs are. And then for the first sheet of drywall, Evan, I'm going to go from this wall here. Maybe I should screw that in first. That would probably be a good idea. We're going to go from that wall there, Evan, to the center of this here. And measuring that, that's like 42.5. So we're going to cut a little bit off that first sheet there. From this one, Evan, we'll go 48 to the next one. See, I got it marked up there. And then, well, can't really go any further than that one, but it'll be 48 from that one to where that piece of insulation that is sticking out there. So that'll be 3, and not quite full pieces, I guess, because we've got the door in here, Evan, but three sheets.
That'll make cutting the door out easier, too.
Yep, and then, well, that'll be just that little spot up there. We got a mud. Nice short spot. I like that. Well, we got the first piece of drywall cut here. You folks see a bit of a problem here? I don't know about you folks, but I'm thinking we should get the level out and do some checking here, because that don't quite look right, everyone. I don't know what's not square here, but something is very not square. Well. That wall is maybe not perfect, everyone, but it's not much. Okay, and we're not sitting square here then. Oh yeah, we are way not square. Okay. Which is rather interesting. I mean, obviously we can go this way a little bit. Straighten it up with the ceiling there. I don't know if we can move it over enough, though, everyone. Very, very interesting. We're sitting level on the ground from the looks of it. And I don't know if you can tell, but I cut out where that carpet is right there. Because obviously right there we're down just a little bit. Bit of a puzzler here, everyone. I'm going to have to like somehow... Well, wait a minute here. I think, just looking at this, I'm going to make sure here. I'm going to have to like custom cut the top because there's the ceiling level. Let's see here. Let's check this ceiling here, everyone. Oh. We are very, very not level here on the ceiling. Wow. Like very unlevel on the ceiling. I did not realize that one. Very interesting here. Well, that is going to make things interesting here. So I'm gonna have to like do an angled cut across the top, maybe a 1/2 inch lower on this side. I'm thinking of one. Actually, maybe more. I've probably got a 1/2 inch in that corner yet. I'm tight here, so I might have to go like 1 inch lower here. Oh boy. Okay. Well, let's we'll take the piece back down, Evan, and we'll have to make some more cuts on this. That's gonna make things very, very interesting. Okay, we took the piece back down and I gave it a nice angled trim up there in case you can't tell. If we push it up against tight that way, one, Yeah, that looks a lot better here. Basically what I did is I just took the level, set the level straight across it, and I measured the distance. Ended up being about 7/8 of an inch. So, yeah, over 4 foot oven or 7/8 of an inch difference. That's level, right? Yeah, sure, close enough. Anyway, we'll see if we can get that up there now. Screw that up. I have to double check and make sure I'm not too tight on the bottom yet. I think we should be good here. Yeah, okay. Yep, yeah, we should be good. We got a little bit of space up top there. Once we push it up to the top of it, then we should be good on the bottom. And then what I'll do, I'll check and make sure. Actually, let's check it now here, a minute. Because I want this edge to be level. So right, yeah, well, about right there. Yep, that should be good, Evan. Guess we won't quite be flush over there, but that should be pretty close. Okay, all that work later on, finally got the first sheet up there, and it's like completely up too. We got all the screws and stuff in. I don't think we need any more screws in that sheet oven. Should be good. And again, I've got that edge there level oven, so hopefully that should set me up good here for the rest of the way down. These studs are running mostly level up and down oven, so yeah, just a matter of dealing with the ceiling here at this point, which I don't know if you can see it, Evan. Yeah, it's definitely visible to me now that I have drywall up there. I can definitely see that. I'm like, oh boy, that is, maybe I should have done something about that one, but obviously didn't realize that. Back when I put this ceiling up, I did not realize we were off by that much. Wow. Anyway, we'll get the next sheet set up here, Evan. It'll be another fun sheet here because we got the door in there. Speaking of the door, by the way, Evan, probably won't do it right at the moment, but when the time comes, Evan, I will route this opening to this opening, not to the door. You know, the sheet sticking out like this, Evan, I can only route it to the door at the moment. Once I've got it screwed in, now I can route it to the rough opening there, and we'll probably do that here at some point. Just I won't do it right now. starting to look like a wall, right, Evan? 2 down, 1 and partial to go here yet. And again, I can't do the partial one yet, Evan. I figure I could do 1 more yet. That'll get us right up to that piece of insulation there. I don't think that'll hurt anything if I do that piece here yet. But then again, I can't do that piece, Evan, until I get another board. So yeah, at least we can get 1 more full piece, and that'll get as many of these full sheets off this wall as I can. Actually, you know what? That only leaves 2 more full sheets here yet, doesn't it? Okay. Yeah, that'll just leave me 2 sheets to put over on this side, and then we can start on this wall. Okay, real quick before I put the drywall up, Evan, I just wanted to show you folks my system I've got going here. So along the floor, Evan, I mark where all the studs are. That's with the green tape there. And then I also mark the box locations as well, and then I write on there, the height from the floor. So in this case, these are all, like outlets, right? So they are all 14 inches from the floor. If I have something like the switch there, then I'm going to mark that's probably like 50 inches, whatever. I'll measure from the floor up, Evan, to the center of that box. And whatever that is, I'll write that on the tape. So once we got the drywall up, Evan, I can then measure that, and okay, this should be where that box is. Stick the router in, and let's hope we're right? And so far, it's always worked out pretty good. Then along the ceiling, Evan, I will mark where the studs are as well. So essentially, Evan, I have a straight line, assuming the stud is straight, which that's probably not a real good bet with this house, maybe, but got a straight line from there down to my green tape, Evan. So excuse me. So again, I know where the stud lies. Also, real quick before I put this up, Evan, I noticed while I was putting this tape down here, there's a bit of a gap here between the wall and the floor, and there is cold air coming up through there. So, I think I'm going to get the spray foam, and I'm just going to put a little spray foam in there real quick. We're going to seal that up. I don't know why there's cold air coming through there. Well, wall on the other side, probably, Evan. Opened the attic there, so that attic air is probably just coming up through that floor there, if I had to guess. So, yeah, I'm going to spray foam that. I'll probably just spray foam up to here for now, and then once we get to the next piece of it, then I'll continue spray foaming, and we're gonna fill that gap in just a little bit. Okay, we finished up that sheet of drywall there. Now we got one more full piece and a partial piece to go up there yet. But we're gonna hold off on that for now because I got the lumber to put over in this corner. So we're gonna move back over to this side of one. We'll get the lumber put back in there, and hopefully we won't make the same mistake we did last time. I got a piece of 1/2-inch OSB to put in there first, and then we'll put the 1x6 over that, and that should give us our 1/2-inch spacing. Plus, it might be just a little too far out of one, but that's fine. I got some drywall spacers I could put in there if I have to. So let's get that nailed up in behind there. Yeah, slide that in there, nail that up here a minute. And yes, I'm going to nail it here again, everyone. I think I learned my lesson from last time. You know, if I would have screwed it in last time, I could have just taken it back off, put the spacer in, and we would have been good. But oh no, had to nail it last time, everyone. And of course, those, I don't know if these are, what kind of nails these are. If these are ring shank nails. Yeah, I'm not going to take them out to find out of them. But one thing's for sure, whatever nails those are, they don't come out. Okay, well that looks a little bit better. Also, now I realize too, now that I've done this, everyone, yes, I got the drywall ran up against the 2x4 back there, but that 2x4 was not technically all the way back, so what I'll probably have to see if I can do is then put this drywall behind this piece. Obviously, my plan was this was going to run up against this one, right? But now because of that gap, I'm probably going to have to see if I can get the drywall behind that, which shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. Anyway, we'll get this insulation tucked in back behind there again, and we'll be ready to do some measuring here and figure out what we need for a piece of drywall in there. Okay, but now that we got the insulation all tucked in there, maybe you can see this a little bit better with what I got going on here. Again, when I ran this particular drywall, I should have had it up to here, but you know, I thought that was the end of the wall right there, but apparently it was not. Also, I need to finish screwing this on yet. Yeah, we'll get that done here, one. And then we need approximately 11.5-ish, 11.25-inch piece of drywall to go from here to there. And I do have a piece of drywall stuffed back in here yet, Evan. I'll have to see if I can get it out of here. Somehow I think I've set myself up, Evan. I don't think I can get that back out of there anymore. Wonder how I got it in there in the first place. I might have just snuck it right in through here back when you know, there's no drywall and insulation on there. Well, I could probably cut it back there as well, worst case, Evan. We'll have to see once here, then I could probably get that piece out somehow. Well, and that one didn't go so easy here, but we finally got it in there. Had to do a little trimming work as we went there. I measured like 11.5 all the way down, and I checked a couple spots, so I cut this at like 11.25 everyone, but I don't know, she just did not want to fit. It didn't help too, I don't know if you see here, but you know, as we go down, I went like probably a good 1/2-inch gap down there, gets tighter, 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 and we're like stinking tight with the drywall. And again, we're going in behind this piece of one, so we are really tight up there. That definitely didn't help us none, but oh well, we got it in, it's glued on, screwed on. We are done with the drywall on this side of one, and actually, I think we are done with drywall in this room for now anyway, so I don't plan on putting any more pieces up on that side. What I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna probably go around and staple that insulation up a little bit, and that is it. We're gonna stop right at that. We got some more plans with this here maybe, so if I go any further, I might end up just having to backtrack, so better off just like waiting, and we'll see once where we end up. But yeah, as far as like from this corner all the way to, well, actually, I should have gone the other way around to that corner. Oh, actually, you know what? I do have, I need one more piece of drywall there yet. Pretty sure I can find one in the scrap there. So okay, yeah, we got one more piece of it, and then we will be done. And I got a lot of screws to put in yet, so let's get that piece here a minute, and we'll be done. Well, Evan, a few hours later, and we are finally back here. I did not get that last little piece of drywall down by the door there. None of the pieces I have are the right orientation for it, so yeah, and I don't feel like putting in one of the wrong way ones, Evan. Then you got like mud butt joints. Like, nope. we'll wait and hopefully see once if we end up with a piece that'll actually fit in there, or we'll just have to buy another sheet of drywall and like cut that much off it, which, oh well, is what it is. Anyway, spent the last couple hours, Evan, putting in screws. All the little missing screws here and there, sealing, and then also making sure all the screws were flush or, sunken into the drywall. Even with having the correct tool here for the job, right? Putting in drywall screws, Evan, this thing tends to not put them in all the way sometimes. I don't know if that's just user error on my part, or what I think a lot of it is, Evan, is just variations in the wood here, especially a little bit older home like this. The wood has maybe had a chance to dry out, get a little bit harder and tougher. So putting in those screws is not as easy and as consistent on like a newer house, brand new lumber, fresh lumber. I mean, it seems like screws go into fresh lumber a lot easier than they do some of this old lumber here. So anyway, panning around the room, Evan, like I said, all the screws are in, so you folks know what that means. The next step, it's everyone's favorite. I don't mind putting up the drywall so much, Evan, but the mudding, not exactly what I would call my favorite task. So anyway, that's what we'll be working on here next. And as I mentioned to Evan, we're going to hold off on this section here for now. Maybe a slight change of plans. Well, shouldn't say maybe necessarily a change of plans. And we're just going to maybe speed up the plans a little bit, because now it seems like a good time to take care of that. So anyway, next video, Evan, we'll be moving on to the mudding. So stay tuned for that. And with that, Evan, thanks for watching. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.